I hope you're having a great Wednesday evening. So I'll tell you what I got here. It's a little complex, but just follow along with me here. So first off, the simplicity is I've been working on our 250 years United States anniversary lantern. So for Travis, we put a white turn wheel. Hope you like it. Looks good. And we got a ventilator in for it. Now, to be honest with you, the ventilator I got was a reddish burgundy one. So what I did is I put that onto a camp light lantern and I took its black ventilator, which could always be switched back at a later date so no one get all feathers ruffled up or nothing, okay? But I think it looks pretty darn good. Then we went ahead and got a different globe. We got one of these smoked globes. They're on Amazon and they're reasonably priced at $19.99. And with a coupon, it's like $17.98. So I thought that was a good deal. So that's where we're at on this. Now the bell, I haven't made one yet, but I borrowed it off that one. It's 3016, so it'll go back there. But I got plenty of buckets, and we're going to make a nice bell for that, but just not today. It's been really busy. Now, on for the complicated part here. So, when I put this video together, I will put a picture of what I started with here. So what I ended up with, now to put this aside, this does not count. I got two really, really busted up 200 days. I mean, the cages were just, this one's been straightened out, but it's still a disaster. They were smashed in really bad. Oh my God, it was a disaster. The generators were bent. I've straightened these out. I mean, everything was just a complete disaster. So I used one of the fonts for this guy right here, which, yeah, we still got to paint, but the paint is really dried. It's really solid. I'm almost tempted to mask this thing off, kind of sand it down right here, and just, pull this stuff off and just respray it, see if I can touch it up. And if it don't work, then go and redo the whole thing. But the paint has really gotten solid now, so I may just mask this off, pull all this off here, mask whatever I leave, give it a nice hand sand or, that type of thing. And then just see if we can just give it a good touch up right there. I don't know. Maybe we just leave it like that. I don't like that. We'll get to it, but not today. This paint's got to sit there and really harden. It's getting there. It's really durable right now. But in the meantime, it's all good. So getting back to these 200 days. So what I got is two really busted up ones. This one I think was a 71. And then the other font was an 11 of 66, which is right here. So what I did is I took not necessarily all the best parts, because I got something else up my sleeve here. I took some of the parts and we put together a 11 of 66 200A. I left the better ventilator for what's up my sleeve, and I took the other one, I cleaned it up the best I can. But I do have a newer style one I could always put on, but it's not as legit as the original. So in reality, this is pretty much a survivor, because pretty much all its parts have kind of gone back on it. The only thing I did is I took the two smashed up burners and I made one good burner for it, one good cage on that thing. And all the parts for the fuel assembly and all that, they were both good on both of them. So like I say, I used relatively decent parts on this. So it's, in fact, it's pretty much a survivor. We've done a little straightening and tweaking and you know, like I said, I took some parts off this one to put onto this one, and it's not too bad. So, yeah, that's where we're at on this one. We took some Meguiar's polishing compound and buffed this out the best we could. We took some new finish and put it on there to get all shiny. And yeah, like I say, we're going to go with the Survivor look on this one because, well, it ain't too bad. Not bad. And I hate to sit there and scrape all its paint off when it's actually not that bad. Oh, how did that do that? I got to tighten that down. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that in a minute here. Figure out what's going on here. Got to crank that down a little or something. But anyway, that's where we're at on that. Now, I don't have any bells for this. This bell is from this. Well, it's back there. That's a 68, my birth year. That's that one I restored previously. So we're going to borrow it for today. We're just going to borrow that right there. And I got a nice Chinesium mantle right there. So, in order to light this thing up, here's where we're at. Well, let's backstep just a bit here. So, as you remember from the previous episode, we had this nice old Coleman mica globe in here. So I put it on here for now, but I actually ordered another one of these for this. So it's coming because I got a plan for this one. But for now, we're going to leave it here. All right, now I'll tell you what's on my sleeve here. I mean, here's what we got. So I have got my plan for 2 black band 200A. So one I bought on eBay. It's a Survivor, but it needs restoration. So it'll show up here in the next week or so. I got it at a pretty good price. Not bad. The other one is part of my whole thing that I really like puzzles and doing stuff here. Is I bought a 52 font and I bought a black band collar. And I got all these parts and something in there too, some parts right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to have one all original Survivor black band 200A. It's also a 52, which we're going to restore. And then the other one we're going to build up out of parts, which it's going to be legit because it's going to have the font and it's going to have the collar, and all the other parts are, they're all the same. The rest are going to be the same. The fuel assembly, all that. And I've got a, where is it? I've got a nice, really old style 50s pump assembly here to go into that one so that we keep everything all legit here. You know what I mean? Because we're all about being legit. But anyway, that's where we're at right now. So we're in the future here, we're going to have 2 black bands that we're restoring. Well, one restoring, one assembling out of parts. And then we got this guy, a 66. I know there's a few people here that are birth year 66 that this is dear to your heart. Because I remember in comments we've had some comments about, what was it? It was a donor lantern. Now that lantern did not get donated. Its font did not go to something else. But I can hear you because I'm a 68 guy and I know we got some 66ers here. So yeah, probably got a 71er here somewhere, right? Maybe. So yeah. So anyway, so what I'll tell you where I'm at here right now. I really want to light this up for you, and this one we're going to light up. But I need some guts for this generator. Both these generators, especially this one, fought me tooth and nail to get all its guts out. They were just a disaster. Not to mention that they were bent, not 90 degrees, but I would say that we're looking at 35 degrees or something like that. So, I mean, we had to do a little work on these things. You know what I mean? But we got them straightened out. But I was in the process of making a new spring, and we're going to make a new paper tube. And I made a spring, and I put it here, and I was about to make the paper tube. And it went doop and landed down here somewhere. And I looked for about 10 minutes with my flashlight trying to find that thing. And you know what? Murphy's Law is I could not find it. Could not find that thing. And I know tomorrow when I walk in here, I'm going to find it. But today, we're not going to find it. But that's okay because we have, well, it's in there. We got another generator that we got to install, so we're going to need another spring assembly. So that's okay. So, made the executive decision. Hope you're okay with it. We're just go ahead and we made a new spring for this thing out of 304 stainless steel aviation wire. I've had this roll for like, my God, I'm going to say I've had this thing for 12 years. It's like I'm a validation engineer, and I use this kind of wire all the time when I'm setting up thermal couples and all kinds of crazy stuff. But this one was my roll. I bought this one. It's got my business card on it. And I got another roll of a thicker wire. And Randy, that guy's got eagle eyesight. In my video, he was able to look at it and say, oh yeah, that's, whatever. Oh yeah, he said, yeah, diameter is 0.25. Good for you, Randy. So let me get to this. I'm going to cut the piece of paper here. We're going to roll it up. We've got our high-tech glue stick here to hold it together. And then we're going to assemble this thing. We're going to slap it in here, put the mantle on, put some gas in this. I already put this is, oh my God, if I could just do it with my superhuman strength. So I am out of fuel caps. I'm not going to lie. That's where we're at right now. So I went on eBay and I bought 7 of them. 3 are the old style, 4 are this new style, okay? But anyway, I got this one here. So luckily I inadvertently ordered the wrong gaskets, O-rings, seals, whatever you want to call them. And I had them in my stash here. So it's like, see, that's how it works out. God has a reason for everything. So I ripped out the old one and we got a new one in there. They're kind of hard to stuff in here, but I got it in there. The old one probably would have worked. It was still pliable when I was trying to rip it out, but nevertheless, we're going to use this for now until we get some of the old ones there. Me personally, I like both styles. I'm not going to lie. You know, both styles are cool. But for now, that's that. That's what we're going to use right here. And we got to tighten this thing down. That's really bugging me there. I don't know why that is. We'll tweak her down a little bit. See if we can cinch it down. The other thing I did, and I'll tell you, hopefully God ain't going to strike me with lightning on this one here. But I think there's a few of you could really agree. Now, one thing I can really appreciate is on the 3016 AGMs, they just use one of the nuts like you use on the ventilator to hold down the burner cage. I really like that. So what I did, gotta get the flashlight again. Come on, get with it, Gene. That's what we did. We went ahead and slapped one on there to hold together for easy access to pull that thing apart if we ever have to. I mean, what they had on there was this thing right here. Both of them had this on there. I'll be honest with you, it's not very elegant to me. It's not very elegant. Now, we're not going to throw this away. We don't throw things like this away. We stash everything around here. Because I'll tell you, you know how many times all my old crusty parts I have, they've got to use down the road when I get something else. And it's like, you know what? I use them, so it's not a waste. Like that burner cage, this ain't going anywhere. This thing was mangled. This thing was completely mangled. I did everything I could using my bodywork technology here, except for this. Rotate. These things, when they put them in there, I can't do it, but they're in here and they kind of cinch them down. But you know, it was pretty mangled. But we're not going to throw it away. We'll keep that. But the parts on it were actually in there. And the piece that holds the threaded rod that goes in there on that one, on this one, was it that one? Yeah, it was that one. Was completely rusted where the fastener, let's call it a fastener for now, because this would just go on there. It was just so rusted away. So I had to basically cut that thing off, drill it out, bend the tab back, grind it down, and then I got another nut that's of the same thread and pitch and everything, and got it in there to fix that. And that was an ordeal, but it's soaking in there right now, just because we got to clean it up. And then it's actually going to go on this one, because those pieces are going to go on the black band. I just needed it now for this. So like I say, we're using kind of good part. We're using, I don't want to say the leftover parts. We're using good parts that are not the best parts for this one. And the black band is getting the best parts. Let's put it that way. Anyway, I got to get this thing together. But here's what I'm going to do. I want to share this with you. I've done this before, but I'm going to share it again. So get yourself some, Randy, what was that again? 0.25 aviation wire. I think this is this 304? Can't remember. But anyway, it's aviation wire. What you're going to do is you need 2 mandrels. What you're going to do is you're going to get one like this. And you're going to get one a little bit wider. That's going to allow like that. So the bigger end most definitely will fit in here, and the smaller one will most definitely allow the pricker rod to go in there and to get a couple rolls of your paper onto this end, but still fit in there. So what we're going to do now is, I already did it. I rolled the thicker end first, then I pull it out. I stick the whole assembly of the thicker part onto here and then push it forward, and then I continue with my strand of wire and continue to roll to get my thinner mandreled coiled spring wire created. And then I kind of make sure it fits and stretch out one side or the other, or either both sides, just a little bit to make sure we get proper fittage in there. We've got proper fittage. And now at this point, what I'm going to do is I put this back in here, the thicker mandrel. It's where our stopping point is, and right there I'm going to make a line. I'm going to cut a piece out, and I'm going to roll it up into a tube so that this will fit in it, but yet it'll still fit in this. And then the end, I'm going to take my glue stick and glue it on there so it stays together. And I'm going to slide it on here, and then I'm going to put that whole assembly in here, and then God willing, my pricker tube will go in there, and then we will be good to go. But I just noticed that I need to get my orifice tip, and God willing, it's in there. And there it is. There it is. We got 2 in here, so that's good. So I got to grab that one. That is the old spring rod, whatever, spring tube. One of them. It was completely caked. I don't know how this thing even ran. It's impossible. The whole thing was just a disaster. But nevertheless, that's where we're at. So I'm going to go ahead and get to it, and I'll bring you back. All right. So you're going to cut yourself a piece about like that. What does that look like about? I don't know. Inch, little bit less than 1.5 inches by, maybe around 1.5 inches or so-ish, whatever it is. And what you're going to do is you're going to first roll it up on your original mantle, get it nice and tight, real tight. Then you're going to kind of let it back, take it off that mantle, loosen it up a little to get it back a little unbent, and put it on your thinner spring, and then tighten up and roll it up really good. Keep a nice little edge of, a little bit like that. Take your glue stick, and while you're holding the whole thing, wipe it on that edge pretty good. Now, what am I doing here? Wipe it on the edge, and then roll it up. Well, it's still on the spring, and then you're going to put it in here, and God willing, it's going to fit. Oh, I got to get it in there. All right, I'll bring it back. All right, so I place it in here, and it's a little tad long, just a little bit. So what I'll do is I place the larger mandrel onto the bigger spring, and I'm going to just go and smush it down just a little bit. Well, I can't do it with one hand, but that's why I'll smush it down a little bit until I get it to fit really good. And then after that, we'll put the pricker in there and we should be good to go. All right. So this generator body is toast. So it's like right up here. That's a shame too. I did a lot of work, but I'll take the other body and hopefully it's good and we'll keep going at it, okay? So the good news is I looked through all my stuff and I have got another body. So we're gonna swap the tips because this is probably from a 220, but it's the same length. I'm guessing. But it's the same length, so it doesn't matter what it's from. It's the same length. So I'll switch out the tips. So I make sure I have a single mantle tip. Put my guts in there, which are right there, and I think we're good to go. All right. Well, I'll tell you, this thing fought me, whatever the saying is, you know, cat and nail or whatever it is. I forgot what the, tooth and nail, I tell you. It's like it too was plugged with all kinds of crap. I ended up having to take a drill and drill it after I scraping all this stuff and drill it out to get all this stuff out of there so I could get my assembly in there. So yeah, we're good to go. I don't think we're leaking anymore. It's just foam. So, oh my God, now let's see here. See here. Well, let me pump it up again. I'll bring it back. All right, well, that was fun. Let's do that again. Jeez, my God, fought me tooth and nail. Horrific. Come on, be nice. I'm nice to you, be nice to me. Jeez, these things, I tell you. All right, let's get a mantle on here. Let's get some gas. We're running out of time. It's getting late. I've already had enough delays. But yeah, I've got a good pricker on this one, and the tip's good for a 220 or something. But that body's good. I got to put a piece of blue tape on it so I know it's bad. Okay, I'll bring you back. Well, folks, I am sorry, but time is not a luxury that we have, and I am out of time. It's 9:47. I got to get everybody ready for bed. We just don't have any time left here. I got to clean this up. I just vacuumed out here right now, picked up all my stuff because we were cleaning generators and everything and cutting wire. Sure enough, I found it when I was vacuuming because the vacuum cleaner sucked it up. So I think we're still okay. We'll straighten her out. But she's together. We did a lot today, to be honest with you. We replaced the rubber gasket in the cap. We put the clip on for the pump. We rebuilt the generator. We had to change out the body and clean that other body to make sure it was completely clear. We straightened this thing out. This thing was a little cockeyed when I first put it together, so I kind of bent it and straightened it so that it's straight now because it was, this thing had been smashed. I ain't gonna lie, it was smashed. You can see right there, it's a little smashed still. But we got her straightened out. We went and we cleaned the ventilator with some stainless steel to get it as nice as we can because that's the one we're gonna use. Tighten up the screw on this thing. What else did we do on this thing? Well, we obviously put a mantle on it. Yeah, it was a fight. We did a lot. Just rebuilding the generator was quite a bit of time right there. But we're out of time. It's 9:47. It's probably 9:50 now. I haven't even touched my Dr. Pepper. My God. So we're going to leave it for tomorrow. But in the meantime, I really appreciate you hanging out with me and following along. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be a good day because we're going to light this thing up. But anyway, we will catch you tomorrow for a light up. And yeah, we tested. That's the other thing we did. We sprayed this thing. We tested it. I kind of tweaked it. I tightened up a little bit more of the orifice. It was leaking a little right there. I cranked it down just a little bit. Checked the where it screws into the fuel assembly, screws into the to the font. Made sure it's not leaking. We sprayed around the cap, so it's like, let's see if we have any air in here. I don't even know if you can hear anything. Probably not. No, can't. That's all right. You know, this one here, the check valve, I could never get it out, but I cleaned it and I got it working pretty good. But, you know, it's one of those things. I got to get a really expensive check valve tool removal to get this thing out, which I'm not going to spend 65 bucks right now. So, but anyway, I cleaned it. It seemed like it was working okay. So we're going to call it a day. And we will catch you tomorrow. All right. Well, thank you for watching. And please, if you're not, if you're just a viewer that's swung by to check it out, I encourage you to hit subscribe. You could always unsubscribe at a later date, so just do it for me now. Also hit like, and I would really love it if you put a comment. A lot of you, if you're viewing and you've watched my video a couple times, put your name down so I know who you are, you know. So it's like when we talk, it's like leave me a comment. I can call you by name when I reply to your comment, and I appreciate all the kind comments too. Luckily that's what we pretty much get. We rarely ever get anything that's negative, so thank you so much. Anyway, God bless you, and we'll catch you later.